Hello my lovely humans, and welcome back to another speed build here on my channel. I'm of course PeopleFlyFlyAway. If you're brand new here, go ahead and mute me if you hate my voice, because I hate my voice, so I don't judge you. And just watch the build. It turns out really nice and I'm really proud of it, so I do suggest you watch it. It's a vampire crypt. It doesn't start out that way. It starts out as a circle and gets really experimental, and then it turns into a vampire crypt. We'll get there eventually, guys. It's like a 30-minute video, you know, it'll get there. But yeah, it's really fun, it's really exciting, and I jump between like 4 different worlds. The only world I didn't go to is Oasis Springs, which is really funny. But yeah, so there's that. Yeah, so just enjoy. If you're brand new here, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, I should have said that before. I told you to turn off the mic. Turn off my hearing. You know, just hit that subscribe button. So I do post videos. I do post these types of videos every Saturday. Sometimes they fall on a Sunday because, you know, I'm lazy and I don't post until Sunday. Or because, I don't know, something happens and my internet doesn't work, or I have several reasons, okay? It's not just like it's one reason and I just don't like doing it. No, I have reasons, okay? And like tonight, it might fall on a Sunday. It might, but it's like 12 o'clock on a Sunday, so it's not my Sunday. It's your Sunday, not my Sunday. Not like you care. And I'm pre-recording, so this doesn't happen, and that makes me so mad. And I'm pre-recording so this doesn't happen, kind of thing. And yeah, so okay, I just did this like half this narration. I just stopped because my video is blacking out, so I'm a little titsy bitsy aggravated. But I do have a story for you guys who do show up on these daily Sundays or my Tuesday renovations. Hello, if you're from there, you should be from there if you know, like my builds and my renovations, my furnishings. If you don't, you know, I get it. I don't like my furnishings. I don't expect you guys to like my furnishings. But I do post those videos, so you guys, some of you must like it. And so what I'm trying to say here is I do have a story, and I'm going to get into that first before I talk about the build, because right now it's just me really experimenting. I could have totally cut out all of this, which would have dumbed down the time, which I think it's only like 22 minutes, but still, it would have dumbed down the time, and I could have cut out like this whole entire section. But I felt like it was necessary for you guys to see the building of the actual crypt. The outer layers, so you guys are not super confused where it came from later on, and it was a struggle, and you know how much I love sharing struggles with you guys. So, also, fun fact, shout out to anybody who's watching this from my school. Yeah, there's a few of you who know about this channel now, and shout out to you if you're watching this. Hello, people. Hopefully you're having a good night. If so, comment down below, because I would love to hear about it, or text me if you know me. Yeah, love to hear about it. Yeah, for my struggle of the week. Okay, so normally on Tuesdays I have Monday struggles, and normally on or Tuesday struggles, which day I record narration, and then on Saturdays I have Friday struggles, and I normally always have them, okay, and they normally always involve my weightlifting class because I'm a klutz and I do stupid stuff, okay, and so like this one, we had a 3-day week. 3-day weekend last weekend, which, yeah, guys, be disappointed in me, okay? We had 3-day weekend, and so I was like, ooh, okay, and so that means we don't have 300 workout, which you guys already know about because I had talked about it before, and I'm not a big fan of it because there's like a lot of working out to it, and it's really annoying, and it's just, I don't like it. But so it's 300 workout, and I never realized how much 300 workout I do enjoy when it comes to Fridays, because I've already ran once, okay, for instance, on those 300 workouts, and so I'm not as tired because I've already been through the pain of it going through it once, you know what I mean? And so I was like, oh, okay, this isn't going to be too bad. I didn't have a 300 workout. It's going to be okay. It wasn't okay. The running part with the sprints was not okay. I was really tired, and I couldn't keep up by the last one, because making us do doubles. And I'm just like, dude, I really got down. Okay, that's a jump there. This is the final world we visit, and this is the final kind of build type thing that we do. I just kind of skipped the whole just demolishing of the last one, and I just made it into a big square, and the rich can build on it. This is what makes the crypt and the graveyard that you see. So, moving on. And, so I was like, oh, okay. Mr. Selmeyer, yeah, I really like the 10 seconds because I can make the 10 seconds and it makes me feel really nice that I can make the 10 seconds, and I almost can make the 9 seconds as well. And I like those, you know, because I can do it, and, you know, it makes me feel like I'm doing something with life. Well, we didn't. We did 25 seconds. Yeah, that sounds about right. And I was like super lazy and I didn't want to do it, so yeah, me complaining, 101. And I do it again, like next week. And the week after that is freaking a test week, my assessment week, which I thought, you know, you guys just like, you were just talking about that. Oh yeah, because, you know, I had test week before and I hate them. Gosh, I don't want it to happen. I always feel like I'm gonna fail, but it makes me very sad. Alright, back to my story struggle. And so we run, and then I go upstairs to run the track, because I run the track as well, which you guys should be like, so you should be able to make. Yeah, I know. But certain days I run, certain days I walk. I always keep activated because because I don't really enjoy the games they play, unless it's like dodgeball, and then sometimes I do like basketball, but I don't know how to play the actual basketball rules, so I don't like to play it because I'm, yeah, not good. And so, basically, we're upstairs, I'm running, I got a drink because I have money, and so I paid for my water before I went upstairs, and I had my music in, and I wore shorts that don't have pockets, so I'm never doing that again. And so, the freaking, oh gosh, what's that called? Fire alarm goes off, and so how it works is that there's an upstairs track above the gym, and so there's bleachers that are surrounding the track and stuff, and you can walk behind the bleachers, it's all good. He doesn't really care what you do up there, just as long as, you know, you're not screwing off, you can sit down the whole time, whatever you want, because he's literally, he doesn't care. And so, but we're upstairs, and I was like, okay, fire alarm goes off, and he's like, okay guys, if real fire goes, you have to climb down the bleachers as fast as you can, so let's do that, let's, you know, do something like that. And I'm like, oh great, Mr. Selmy, that's exactly what I want to do, I just want to climb down the bleachers. I don't. Okay, I'm scared of bleachers, I'm scared of not knowing what's behind me, what the actual fear is there, and so that makes me like really nervous and tense, and I don't like it. And so I was like, this is going to be so much fun. It wasn't at all, don't ever do it. And so, it literally, okay, this is where the funny part comes in, this is where the funny part of the aspect of stories you're going to make fun of me, is I literally was like on the bleachers for like 5 minutes. Like, no joke, and it's depressing, and I understand, and it was embarrassing, and I understand that as well. And I just, yeah, it was super embarrassing, and I was like, and there was obviously no actual fire, so he didn't care. And he's like, just take your time. And the really, 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 really funny thing about this whole entire situation here, okay guys, is the fact that I asked for him to grab my phone, because that's the society we live in, is that the phone, oh my gosh, okay, that society we live in is that the phone are the main priorities, not safety, not, oh, I'm about to die by a fire, here, my teacher, who's looking out for me so I don't die by a fire, take my phone. No, gosh, I'm an idiot. I'm a freaking idiot. Okay, moving on. And so then he came back and checked on me, because obviously he has a whole entire class that's waiting outside, and it's because of me that, you know, we're falling behind, and I'm freaking out, and I'm like, and I leave my water bottle, and I leave my phone up there, which is fine, which they're supposed to do, because, you know, and he's like, it's okay that you took your time, you know, it's good, and I just, you know, want you to be safe and all, and I'm like, yeah, I want to be safe as well, because, you know, it's important. And so I was just like, it was rough times, okay? And then we get outside, and I climb up, and he's like, alright guys, just walk down, and people are like, but you're still going up there? I'm like, I don't got pockets, my phone, my water's up there. And he's like, I'll go up there and get it for you. I'm like, no, it's okay, I got it. And he laughed at me, I'm like, it's not scary going up, it's the scary part going down, because I don't like knowing what's behind me, it's just the truth. And so yeah, that's my struggle of the week, and it did take me a little while to get through, which is pretty nice. Now, on to the build, because it's actually pretty funny. So I was going to build a cast for this build. It's kind of like, you know, before you go into your big castle, which is I'm planning on playing that out next week. That's a fun thing. I'll talk about that in a little bit. And so, like, it's like you're on your honeymoon, or I guess that's a good place to put it. You're on your honeymoon, or your first house, and you're just, you know, you're just moved in, newlyweds, vampires. This is where you'll be. Okay, this is where you'll stay. There's 2 coffins, and you can throw great parties here. Probably not, but there's a lot of places for people to sleep, as you're gonna see, because I had a lot of fun doing this. Alright, so you have the main coffin, because you gotta make it believable for the people who who don't actually know you're vampires, of course. And it's called, oh my gosh. What? That's not, hold on, guys. It's called, no, it's not Coliseum. I also want to build one of those in the Sims 4. I think that'd be kind of fun. I don't think, sorry. We have the right stuff to build one of those. A crypt, of course. But like if they ever do like a European thing or something like that, I would love to build like one of those. But on other note here, so we build a crypt, and I had inspiration to build this crypt like this because my favorite TV show growing up was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I recommend it full-heartedly if you're a little bit younger in the younger demographic. I still kind of recommend it because it has a lot of great messages, especially if you're first people going to high school. There's a lot of great messages there. If you're a girl, not trying to be sexist because I'm not, I'm just giving heads up that girls tend to like it better because it's about a female girl and it's just about her normal life. Just she's a vampire slayer, and it still kind of tackles on to stories of like normal life things that girls go through, and so that's pretty cool. But it's very I really like it and stuff, and it's very emotional to me personally. I just really like it. And so there's a main character in there. He shows up the second season, so it's kind of a spoiler. If you've never seen it before, I won't go into too great of detail of who he is. But so basically, he has a crypt, like the 5th or 6th season, and it's huge, it's ginormous. There's like tons and tons of things down below it, and it's really cool, and I really like it. And that's kind of where I got my inspiration from like one of his first crypts that he has. I'm just like, ooh, that's really cool, and I'd love to build like, you know, underneath. Also, I saw this kind of on the gallery, and I'm like, ooh, that's pretty cool as well. So there's that. And so I built one especially for this, and I do feel like if my vampires, my 2 sisters, ever want a taste of like the woods or whatever, I would totally put like this graveyard inside. Oh, what's that place called? Outdoor Retreat, whichever one came with Outdoor Retreat. Granite Falls. I totally place this in Granite Falls, and they would totally like stay here, like if it's a renovation cabinet or whatever. And I mean, it is a house, so you can purchase it, and it's like 80 grand because there's like just a lot of stuff. The coffins are expensive, the rocks I put in are expensive, the flooring's really expensive, but it's really pretty, which is really nice. I don't know, it was really fun. I've been really down lately due to stuff that I'm just not going to talk about on my channel anymore. I will mention eventually, but at this very moment I'm not going to do it. And I've just been really down because of that, and I was like dreading, because I didn't know I was going to record. Okay, so I was going to record a wedding, and it turned into a crypt, which I remember very early on, like a while ago, I was like, I really want to do a crypt, and so I'm okay with that, like a graveyard kind of thing, and it was like a vampire lair. I'm okay with that, so I'm not like sad that I did a crypt. That's not the issue here. It's the fact that I had so much fun doing it, because I was like, I didn't know if I wanted to do it, and I was dreading doing this recording, and it took me like 3 hours to do, which is the reason why it's going up so late, because, yeah, that's what happens. It just took me longer than I was planning on doing it, because of this, what I'm about to go to. And I was going to make a whole nother separate video saying, you know, you guys should renovate the whole bottom area and make it like a house. Well, I do that for you. So, no video made for that because I go ahead and I do that for you. And I surround it by a graveyard. It's really cool and I really like it, as you can see now. And this is us adding in all the smaller details that I would believe, you know, vampires live in. But doing it, I never did the whole vampire thing, like build with all the vampire stuff. And I really embraced it this time, and there's a lot of cool things you can do with it, and I just really enjoyed it, and I thought it was super duper cool. And like if you have the vampire game pack, I like totally recommend you get the vampire game. I take that back. I don't know if I recommend you getting the vampire game pack. I've not played it enough for the actual vampire part. For objects, it's really cool, especially if you're in the Victorian style and stuff like that. It's super well done. It's super duper cool, and I do recommend it for that if you're into that. but I haven't like really delved into the this type of stuff where we kind of really jump into the vampires and that fun stuff. I haven't done that yet, and I finally did it. And I finally played with all the, like, I used all the items, or most of the items that come with the Vampire Game Pack. And it was so fun, and I was so, like, having the best time of my life. I didn't want to end, so I kept building. And I kept building, and I built this, like, little place down here, and it kept getting smaller and smaller, and eventually I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be done. And you're basically seeing the rest of the build. There's a few things we do upstairs, and then we're gonna finish this off down here, which turned out really pretty. And I was just blown away by it because I'm like, it's not going to be that pretty. And I love it. I want to live here. I want my vampire to live here. Now, for vampires, like I said, I've not played with them. In my current households, I tend to do families. And certain legacies, I like to jump around and play with, like, different creatures. Like aliens or whatever. I was a big fan of doing that in The Sims 3. And so I'm going to be a big fan, especially when they add Supernatural, to do that in The Sims 4. And obviously, Supernatural, you know, one of my biggest complaints about Supernatural and them putting Supernatural in is that I didn't think they were going to be able to do it the right way due to, I don't know, it would just cost a lot of money. It would just be really tiring. I was like, they're not going to be able to do it right. And playing with the little bit of vampires that I did get to play with, I do feel like they could do it right. I feel like they could do it really well. And actually also playing with aliens in my City Living Let's Play, which is canceled. Not canceled, but it's over. It was canceled, but, you know, we're not going to talk about that. Playing with my City Living Let's Play, it really did make me think about it. And it really did make me feel like aliens are pretty cool as well. So if you don't get to work and you want aliens in your game, it's a good buy. Also, if you want to give birth in hospitals, I have a lot of issues with it. I don't really recommend it. But because I have so many issues with it. But hey, you do you. If you want to do it, I'm not going to judge you for doing it, kind of thing. But we're getting to one of my favorite parts of this whole entire, like, down here is like really cool, and I just loved how it turned out, and it just makes me so happy. And to see your vision that you planned actually come to life doesn't really happen a lot. It happened last week with my last speed build. I can't remember what happened the week before with the other speed build, but it turned out really nice, and I just love it. I love how you can take out the ground down here, and it's just like, it's all the dirt and stuff. Oh, I love it. It really sets the mood for it, and yeah, I'm a big fan. Also, I decorate all these walls inside the room with all these viney things. I do this viney thing. It looks really pretty. And for some reason, I think it looked really nice. And yeah, I could not get enough of it. I was having so much fun, and I want to do a bigger one, like a very long mazy kind of thing. I think it'd be really cool. I don't know, I'm just really into this. Who knows what I'll do, you know, in the future. I think my next speed build, though, will be like a type of lot that you can visit. I did a nightclub really early on, but the recording and stuff, it didn't go well, so I had to get rid of it and trash it. But I did nightclub, and it's pretty cool, and does really well in the gallery, so that's nice. But I feel like I'm gonna do I'm guessing, what's that called? A dine out thing. I mean, you're gonna do a restaurant, that's what I'm thinking of. Or I'm going to do a barista, like, kind of coffee shop, because my Sims love to go to coffees, and so it'd be something I use a lot. Or I'm really big into, like, apartments on top and, like, a store on the bottom, so I might do one of those. I don't know. Expect those in the future. And also, comment down below what you want to see me do. I have a hard time coming up with ideas off the top of my noggin. I tend to search Google until I find one. So if you want to see something in particular, like, let's say you don't think I do enough, contemporary builds or enough traditional builds or modern builds, which is kind of contemporary. So if you don't feel like I do enough of those, then I would be like absolutely honored to delve back into that. I did one house and it did slightly well. It doesn't do really well in the gallery because the picture of it is horrible, but it does really well here on YouTube. And I'm glad about that because I really like doing that house as well. It just took a long time. So just comment down below if you think I should do another, and I would be honored to do another. I think yeah, I think it'd be really nice, and I would really like it. This is me doing the final touches of the actual build, though, just to give you a heads up. And there's screenshots, but they're going to be in with the very... Oh, my Xbox just turned off because I've been talking for like 20 minutes. But moving on. They're going to be at the very end with my happy birthday music, which is going to be my traditional theme music, guys. It's February 25th, and I still haven't found out how to get other music that I want on here. So, guys, we're just going to stick with this, which I understand is kind of annoying, but it's also, I don't know, it's when my channel kind of hit off, is that my birthday music was on here, and so I'm just going to stick with it, and yeah, I'm just going to go with it. But I did tell you guys about my story, which is good, because I was a little nervous I was not going to be able to get to it, and yeah. So guys, I think I'm going to end it off right here. So if you liked the video, please give me a big like down below. Yeah, that's right. Comment down below what your weekend was like, what your Friday was like. Do you have any struggles you want to share with me? Because that'd be amazing. Your build, what you want me to see me do, that'd be pretty cool. Did you like this build, or am I just like crazy? Either way, you know, comment down below. And please do subscribe, because I do post videos every single day. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow for another Pierce Legacy, which also didn't come out last week. Sorry about that. But Pierce Legacy challenge, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow for that. And guys, always do remember that if you're down and feeling unbright, click on watch something that'll take you outside this world, and you'll feel much more happier. Love you guys. Bye.